Good morning. So today we're gonna talk about another topic, which is what is the cause of being selfish and why I decided to talk about it. Basically, there was a story that someone just told me, and it's about a mistake of someone that literally have or had a negative or a bad consequences to others just by this kind of mistake. And usually these mistakes are made because of being selfish. So I decided to talk about being selfish or the negative effect of being selfish, the cost of being selfish. So what are the results of being selfish? They can have a severe social result, emotional and long-term personal consequences that includes loneliness and broken relationship and damaged reputation. And also it lowers life satisfaction. Okay. For example, one key is yeah. one thing is relationship destruction. So when someone is selfish or when we are being selfish, we drives people away. So people notice when we are selfish. People notice when we only think of ourselves and we don't think of others. So that means that we also end having bad relationship with other people, and we ruin the friendship. Well, like we break the friendship with our people, with other people, sorry, and with our families. And I think it's very this is very general. There's a lot of example of being selfish. For example, when we are selfish, we are centered on ourselves only. So we don't think of others. We don't think of um how do you say that? Others people how do you say that? Life or well-being, okay. And another effect is isolation. When we are selfish, we isolate ourselves, and it's very bad because we prevent ourselves to um, have a good relationship with others because we isolate. Another that's I think one of the effects or one of the symptom of being selfish, because when we are selfish, we only think of ourselves. We think of what others will or might look at ourselves, or we are always criticizing others because we think that we are perfect, stuff like that. And when we are selfish, sometimes we make decisions that may affect others, but we don't think about it because we only think of ourselves. As a result, it damages our relationship with our families. And another negative effect of being selfish is when we become lonely. We get anxious and we become depressed because when you are selfish, you kind of also isolate yourself, and also since you already ruined your relationship with other people, what you do is you even isolate yourself even more. So you lost your friends, you lose your relationship with your family, you lose your relationship with everyone. So you become lonely because you end up isolating yourself. And when we are selfish, we also damage our own reputation because when we make bad decisions or mistakes, we damage our reputation. So this causes from other people to see us in a negative perspective, and yeah, and we don't have opportunities. We lost everything basically, and we reduce our long term joy. We're not happy anymore because when we make bad decisions, um we isolate ourselves. I mean, you don't isolate yourself on purpose, but just because someone became selfish and ruined all the relationship with other people, you end up isolating yourself, and as a result you become lonely, and when you're lonely you lose your joy and everything. So these are the negative effect of being selfish. and and thinking about it, it's very I mean, it makes us very aware, because sometimes when we become selfish, sometimes we end making decisions that maybe we didn't think about it, or yeah, we didn't think about it, and we also didn't think about the result of our decisions, our negative decisions in our lives. we 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 don't think of others. So yeah, it's very, I mean, we can learn something about it, because when we tend to be selfish, we make decisions like just for ourselves only. And I think it's something very bad that can happen to us, because when we are not when we are selfish in general, we lose the opportunity to show care, to show love, to show good things to others, we to show good personalities, okay, good qualities to others. We lose the opportunity to, not really opportunity, but we lose the ability to do that, because we only end thinking of ourselves only. And when we are selfish, we care more of our personal gain, or personal things, the things that we can have. Okay. And it's something, I mean, being selfish is wide. We can be selfish in very different ways. I mean, it can happen also materially. So someone can be selfish when they become materialistic, because they end working too much, and they end buying a lot of things. And when you're materialistic, also you spend of your time on material things. And what happens is you end up breaking, not really breaking, um I cannot find the right word, but how do you say that, you end cheating, okay, you end cheating on order to gain more money, to be more materialistic, so to have more stuff that you like. You end cheating because you want to get more money. And when you have more money, you can buy all what you want, you can buy all the things that you want. So it's another negative thing about being selfish. I think, you already know, I mean, people already know that being selfish is a bad thing, but sometimes we don't even realize when we are being selfish or not. So it can be also in a simple thing. So being selfish also means that when it comes to simple things, maybe we act, okay, we show kind of actions that doesn't really show love and care to anyone. Is self-centered, okay, is everything is concentrated to yourself only. And it can also happen when it comes to relationship, okay. Someone can be selfish when they make the decisions that is bad, and maybe they already know that it's bad, and they do it anyways. So yeah, and it can happen because when we have a tricky heart, and we end making bad decisions, and our heart is tricky, so everything related to our heart that is tricky, sometimes they become very toxic. So we need to guard, or we need to take care of what our heart has inside, what we have, okay, our mindset, our desires, okay, because those desires can be positive or negative. So when it's negative, it can result to be selfish as well, to being selfish as well. So yeah, it's just a random topic. I mean, I really just decided to talk about it on my own without any script, and like show you what I think about being selfish and what are the negative consequences of being selfish. I don't really have something to use for in order for you to to understand better, like an example. But yeah, I mean, because it's something very general that can happen, or that a person can have like a negative um a negative not really quality, mindset, okay, of yeah. Yeah, this is very random for real. But I am just gonna upload it anyways because I really just decided to talk about being selfish and the negative effect on it. I think, thinking about it, we can also like apply it like physically, being selfish physically, even mentally. Mentally, physically, and not really emotionally. Maybe, yeah. When we are selfish mentally, sometimes we crave or we desire something that is bad. Okay, it everything start on the mind. So everything start in our mind, and then when we think about it, we take action. So being selfish can start also mentally. Everything start in how we control our mind. So when we desire something in our mind, we desire a person that we shouldn't have. Okay, what we do is when we keep desiring it, when we keep wanting it, we always keep thinking about it. So we become selfish even mentally already. And when we are selfish mentally, it makes us also take action. So everything that we think about can lead to action. So after think about it, we take action, and we make bad things. We do bad things. We make mistakes. So when we take actions, it's where we make sin. Okay, so we are doing something bad. Okay, by actions, and yeah, it's very bad thing, I guess. I mean, yeah, this is so random to be honest, but I really like to talk about it because we can learn something about it. To always think of our behavior. If I am becoming selfish mentally, also mentally, because sometimes people just care about actions only, but it can also be mentally. So when mentally you are desiring something that you shouldn't have. So um that's the first problem. Okay, everything starts on our mind, I guess. So this is, yeah, this is just a random video of me talking about being selfish. But yeah, that I just want to express you my thoughts about it, because just because of this story that a friend or someone really told me, and I really learned something about it. Anyways, that's for today. Bye. See ya.